I am Dana K. White, and I talk about decluttering, and Christmas just happened. So I have some new stuff. And my goal is that that stuff not turn into clutter. So what I have learned the hard way that other people are born seeming to know is that the only way for me to maintain the decluttering progress that I have made in the past is to replace things as I bring in new things. It's the one in, one out rule, which used to make no sense to me because I would think when someone said that, what good would it do to remove one thing when something comes in? That's because I had way more stuff than I could handle or that my house could hold. But I've made a lot of decluttering progress over the years. And so I now know if something new comes in, something old has to go out. But it's strangely difficult. So anyway, I had something new come in for Christmas and I'm gonna take the old thing out. So I got a mixer. Not mixer, it's not a mixer. What is it? It is a Rebelt Culinaire. Oh, it's a, I'm sorry, I read the French version. It's a procesador de alimentos. No. Okay, let me look at this side. It's a food processor. Anyway, I specifically asked for this to replace my old food processor that I've been using since we got it as a wedding present back in the 1900s, 1999 to be exact. Anyway, I was using my food processor and realized that even though I had been making it work for over 20 years, that it was time to let it go. So my old food processor broke about a year into marriage. And some piece broke off and it has like a safety mechanism where it will not work unless everything is properly put in there because they don't want you chopping off body parts, right? On accident or on purpose, whatever. It had broken. I had figured out a way to make it work. If I held it just right, it would work. And I had been doing that for over 20 years. And then I lost the little doolally on the top that makes it, safe to push something down in there for it to be sliced, okay? I had lost that doolally, which meant that I was using a wooden spoon to push the cheese down. And then every once in a while, I would push it a little bit too far and I would have to say to my family, hey, everybody, if you find splinters in your cheese, I'm so sorry, don't eat them. Anyway, it wasn't a good thing. And I finally realized I need a new one of these. So I asked for it. I received it for Christmas and I'm super excited about it. But then it came into my house and I thought, okay, it's time for me to replace my old one. I thought, well, but that old one still technically works. I mean, what if I don't like the new one as much as the old one? What if the new one breaks immediately and I can't figure out a way to make it work anyway for the next 20 years? Will I be sad that I got rid of the old one? Because technically, it still works. And then I had to remind myself, Dana, you can't keep everything. You can keep anything, but you can't keep everything. There is no way for my house to stay under control if I keep everything. And this is a logical thing. And I had to take a deep breath and say, okay, I'm going to let the old one go because there's a place in my home where this needs to go because it's the place where I would look for it first, which is right here in this cabinet, this rolly cabinet. This is where I would look first for this. Well, guess what's already in there? The old one. So the old one has to leave in order to create the space for the new one. I know this feels very basic, and some of you are probably watching this going, I'm sorry, who needs to be told this stuff? Y'all, I needed to be told this stuff. This was the stuff that was not natural to me. I would think, well, that old one still works. I can't get rid of it, even though I wanted a new one. So I'm just gonna shove it in or I'm gonna find a new place. And that's how my house was constantly out of control because I had so much more stuff than could possibly fit because I wasn't getting rid of things when I brought something in to replace it. And so it's just a reminder to you here at Christmas, after Christmas time, see I'm wearing red. It's just a reminder to you that any progress that you've made over the past year The way to maintain that is anything new coming in, let something else go. I don't necessarily always, the minute I bring something in from the store, go, what shall I get rid of? I'm not there. I probably will never be there, but this is a great time of year for me to be very mindful of something new coming in that I'm not just gonna buy for myself on a random day. It was a gift. I'm going to bring that in and I'm gonna let something go. Okay? All right, so let's see if the new one is as good as the old one. Please let it be as good. Okay, actually, before I do that, I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of the old one. All right, so some of you are probably asking, what are you gonna do with this broken one? That was a big debate for me. I actually thought many times I am going to, you know what, because it still technically works, I think I'm gonna put it on Facebook Marketplace and just explain that I'll have to show you the trick to make it work. And then I realized the safety feature, the thing that goes down in here to keep me from, you know, this is chopping my fingers, is gone. And therefore it not only needs a trick to work, it's actually not safe anymore. So I'm gonna throw it away. And it's hard and it's painful, but if I didn't throw it away, here's what would happen. I would think I need to just offer that for free on Facebook Marketplace and explain it. And then I would think, well, that's gonna be embarrassing to have to explain it. Well, that's gonna be complicated to have to explain it. And then somebody's gonna want it and they're not gonna wanna actually hear my explanation. And then somebody's gonna get injured and then it's gonna be on me. And so it would sit in my house waiting for me to finally do something as I was thinking through all of the things that I had to do to be able to get rid of this. And instead, if I will throw it away, it's gonna hurt, but it's also going to help me chill out. And it'll be done immediately because it's not safe, okay? It's not safe. Technically, it can be used and yet it is not safe. And therefore that would keep me from getting rid of it. So I'm gonna get rid of it right now. Like you're watching this happen in real time. Okay, and I probably need to tell my husband before he takes out this trash that it's real heavy. It'll break the bag, but anyway. All right, there we go. It's going to. And this one's blue, and I love blue. Oh well. Yay for blue being the in color in 1999. Okay, and then this one also had this doolally with all these extra parts. I know what some of you are thinking. I know what some of you are thinking. You're thinking, well, you could at least donate the other parts. Y'all, they're blades. They stress me out. It makes me think about all the, it makes me think about, you know, the people doing the sorting, blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying you can't. Sometimes I will take things, wrap them up carefully, say, this is a knife, be careful, you know, so I'll put it in something so that nobody gets injured at the thrift store. This time I'm saying I'm letting it all go. Painful. Okay, let me get my new one out. Okay, this one is already lighter weight. Okay, it's smaller. It is smaller than the old one. That is okay. It is going to be fine. I will still be able to make the things that I need to make, and the other one's broken anyway. The other one's not safe, okay? Okay, I keep having to remind myself of all of these things. Okay, this one has a safety doolally. Look at that. I wonder where I myself. Okay, this is gonna be fine. It's smaller, but it's not small. Make sense? So, they got pictures of chickpeas to make hummus. You know that's how you make hummus, right? Hummus is made out of chickpeas, which is the same thing as garbanzo beans, in case you're at the store looking. All right. So that one doesn't even have, oh, it does. Okay. So that's how that works. So here is the cheese grater. Did y'all know that if you make sausage balls and they don't stick together, it's probably because you got the, my sister-in-law says it still works for her, but I guess I should keep the directions. But it's probably because you got the pre-grated cheese and it has some sort of a thing on it to keep it from sticking together, but when you make sausage balls, you actually do want it to stick together. Okay, so this has, okay, cool. It just has one for slicing. It just has one for grating. My other one had more pieces. And yet, I only ever used the one for slicing and the one for grating. It's gonna be fine, right? It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Well, that's cute. I love it. Okay. All right, so there it is. It's small, it's fine. It's fine. It's gonna be able to do everything I need to do. I'm gonna put this right back to the spot where the other one went. I'm gonna make sure, oh wait, this one's gonna, the whole thing's gonna fit. Oh, right, yeah. Okay, this one, the whole thing's gonna fit. That is gonna take up a lot less space, so that's cool. All right, so I'm gonna wash these, stick these in the dishwasher, top rack only, because I don't want them to warp, because I might have done that with my old one too. I actually ended up decluttering because I created open space because this one doesn't have all the doolollies that the other one had. All right, so what's the point? As you bring new things in, replace. Replacing is the key to maintaining decluttering progress that you've made. If you have not made any decluttering progress yet, if this is the first time you've thought about decluttering, and then you found this crazy lady on the internet to talk to you about decluttering, go ahead and replace. Like, go ahead and anything new that came in, get rid of the old one that it replaces. If it's not food processor for food processor, maybe it's, I got a new pair of cowboy boots. Okay, you just have to go to the place where you would look for cowboy boots first when you're looking for your cowboy boots. Go to that place and say, okay, I'm gonna replace something in this space. Maybe it's a pair of flip-flops, I don't know. Maybe it's a board game that somehow got stuck in that space and I would never go looking for it. Obviously, this board game can go because my kids have outgrown the phase of life where we used to play it. And you can remove that, stick it in the donate box to make space for the cowboy boots. You just have to, anytime that something comes into the house, something else has to go. And if you haven't been decluttering before, this is still going to be very helpful for you. Even though you haven't made decluttering progress for you to maintain, it's gonna be very, very helpful for you because you are going to start to grasp that. Start to grasp that, oh yeah, things have to have a real place if my house is gonna be under control. I can't keep everything. If something new comes in, something old has to go. So, all right, hope you had a wonderful holiday. If you have new stuff coming in, tell me about it in the comments. Tell me about what you got rid of to create the space for the new stuff that you have. All right, I will talk to y'all later. Bye. As I was picking up after doing that video, I realized, oh, this is the actual instruction booklet, right? And where do I look first for instruction booklets? In this drawer, right here. So I took it there now, and that means I can throw away this doololly. Okay.